Hey, what's happening, GQ? TIP right here. And this is my life in sneakers. The first thing I wanted that I couldn't get my mom, my grandma, my grandpops to buy for me was sneakers, Jordans. That is what drove me into entrepreneurship. I started selling candy, and the money that I made from my candy usually went to clothes and shoes. My most expensive pair of shoes or sneakers that I have in my collection, the Marty McFly Air Mags. You dig what I'm saying? Last time I checked, they were retailed or listed for like 15 grand, 14.5, something like that. I've never worn. If you look, they still had the paper in them and everything. Like these are not mint condition, damn near perfect condition. They go nowhere. They sit up on the shelf all day, waiting to be purchased. So, anybody got 15 band, pull up on me, I got you. Okay, now, the most underrated shoe that I have in my collection, in my opinion, the Mike Vicks. There's never been a quarterback that came and instantaneously galvanized the energy of the city and drove people into the dome in support of the Falcons like Mike Vick. And not just Mike Vick, but you gotta think about the era of that moment in Atlanta. You had Mike Vick, you had BMF, that's when I think Young Jeezy just started popping off. It was a time, it was a moment in time. And these shoes, I feel like, are underrated because I don't see them on the consistent cycle of release, creating new colorways and creating a retro market for this particular shoe like I do for the Jordans or other shoes that, you know what I'm saying, have found their way back into the release schedule. So I would say these are the most underrated shoe I think that I have in my collection. The sexiest shoe that I feel that I have, this shoe to me is sexy just in aesthetic. Come closer, can you zoom in and see the leather goes from dark and then it gets light here and then it kind of fades back into dark again. It gives you like a two-tone, I don't know, iridescence, if you will. This shoe can be worn so many ways. You could do jeans and a hoodie with it, or you could do a nice sweater with a cardigan and a turtleneck with some cool cargos.
And who makes those, T.I.?
Oh, shit, who makes them? I don't even know. This is Saks Fifth Avenue by Magnanni. Saks Fifth Avenue by Magnanni. I don't know who you are. I have never seen another shoe of yours besides this, but you did your motherfucking thing with this one, okay? Keep up the good work. The flashiest. I put these shoes on, I'm always getting compliments. People always say, hey, what are those? Where you get them from? That shoe, if you couldn't guess, is these. These are Vetements Reeboks. You can tell that they're hand done, you know what I'm saying? Not many pairs made. Vetements went to Reebok and said, hey, I want to take this body style and I want to recreate it and represent it. And they just, hand wrote things. Full on life, it says, 1994, legacy, stop to love, turn on, tune in, 1992. I don't know what the relevance is, but I remember that was my year, that was the year I jumped dead in the dope game, 1992. But anyway, neither here nor there. These are the flashiest, most complimented pair of shoes that I think I have. These are the ugliest but still cool and the oldest. These are Polo boots. Polo boots are synonymous with Atlanta culture. Just like New Yorkers have Timbs, Atlantans have Polo boots. You know, a pair of Polo boots with a pair of Guess jeans, a flannel polo shirt, or a polo sweater with the bear on it. That was high fashion in the early to mid 90s. The thing about this shoe is it collects a lot of dust. You see what I'm saying? You kind of have to dust it off. I don't know what kind of leather this is, but it collects a lot of dust. There are a lot of crevices here. However, when you put them on with an outfit and you got them clean and presentable, you can go to the club or the court in these. Okay, now we'll go to what I consider my rarest pair, the DJ Khaled 3s. Khaled gifted me these at a show I think we were doing. Now these are, I think 13.5 or 14, something like that. And I've never worn them yet again. If you look at the bottom of them, you can eat off of it. Now what makes them rare for me is because the person who is responsible for the shoe actually gave the shoe to me. You dig what I'm saying? If Michael Vick would have gave me these would have been the rarest pair. However, he did not. I purchased these. My relationship with Khaled is definitely one that I hold in high regard. So if you notice, I keep these shoes lined up because they're ready to wear at any given moment. See, these don't go over there. These go here. Showcased like that. They're not to be grabbed and worn. It's an art piece, if you will. These are my rarest pair here. The We The Best DJ Khaled Jordan 3s. I want to thank you guys, man, for hanging out with me and checking out some of my sneakers in my haberdashery. If you don't mind, I must bid you adieu. Farewell.